Today, what I want to talk about is developments. Developments has been going on. First of all, to Michael Jordan. Welcome home, black man. Welcome home. We're proud to have you as part of the family. Black people love you, Jordan. Black people have always cheered for you, Jordan. And for you to show us love means a lot. Welcome home, Michael Jordan, to the black family. To the NFL players, Deshaun Watson and others, thank you. Thank you for your message. To the protesters, thank you. I think it was in 2016 when Colin Kaepernick began kneeling during the national anthem. Now, someone named Trump said a lot of shit about patriotism and blah, 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 blah. The flag, the flag. So I want to set some things straight. Number one, Colin was not protesting the flag. Colin was protesting the national anthem, which only became the national anthem in 1931. Prior to that, my country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, used to be the national anthem. But what is so wrong about, oh, say, can you see? We only sing the first verse. We only know the first verse. The Star-Spangled Banner has 3 verses, and most people have never even read or heard the 3rd verse. Francis Scott Kelly was a slave owner. And during the War of 1812 with the British, when he wrote the poem Star-Spangled Banner, the British would offer the slaves freedom if the slaves escaped and came and fought for the British. And some slaves did that. A lot of the other slaves and blacks actually fought for the Americans. The majority of the black people fought against the British. That 3rd verse, read it yourself. Do a Google search. Read that 3rd verse yourself. I will not interpret it for you. That is what Colin was protesting. The racism embedded in that 3rd verse of the Star-Spangled Banner. And his question was, how can a nation which claims to recognize the equality of all men adopt such a song as its national anthem? I think the solution is simple. Get rid of the Star Spangled Banner. Get rid of it. When you talk about the flag, until about the 1860s, the U.S. flag was primarily a military tool. I'll explain. In warfare, you conquer someone else's land. You hoist your flag. You plant your flag. You're in the seas, naval warfare. You got allies. You want to know who's who. You raise your flag. When you're defeated, you want to surrender, you hoist a white flag. You lower your national flag and you hoist a white flag. Historically, flags have been used primarily in war. So, the honor that Trump is trying to attribute to the flag is really delusional. A flag is nothing but a symbol to identify armies during warfare. What is important for a nation is its constitution, not its flag, its constitution. Now, even if Colin was protesting the flag, which he was not, he did not desecrate it. He did not burn it. In the 60s, during the Vietnam War, a lot of middle and upper class white kids didn't want to go fight for their country. So they protested. Part of those protests were these privileged white kids burning the American flag. Has Trump ever said anything about that? Or is it only an issue when you can tie a black man to that? He talks about patriotism. You cannot disrespect the flag. But Drew Brees talks about patriotism. Let me tell you something, Drew Brees. Let me tell you something, Donald Trump. Let me tell you something, all you stupid shit ass motherfuckers that are confused. The ultimate sacrifice an individual can make for their nation is to lay their lives down for their nation. I joined the Marine Corps. I was in college for a year, playing football, basketball, soccer. I said, you know what? I have to do what a man has to do. And I joined the Marine Corps to serve my country. When Donald Trump had his chance to be a true patriot, to honor the flag, to honor the Constitution, to honor the nation, and be a true patriot, and go to Vietnam and serve his country, what did he do? He showed his cowardice by running and hiding. John McCain Son of an admiral. Probably could have got away. Said, I'll go. John Kerry said, I'll go. John Kelly said, I'll go. I forget his first name. Mattis said, I'll go. I wonder if Rush Limbaugh served in Vietnam. I wonder if Sean Hannity served in the military. It's easy to talk all this shit about patriotism, but put your fucking foot where your mouth is, goddamn orange man orangutan. When your country needed you, where the fuck were you? And you want to talk about patriotism? Shut the fuck up, Trump. You one dumb ass idiot. Shut the fuck up. Drew Brees. How much have you sacrificed for your country to talk about the flag? I've sacrificed for my country. How much have you? So, let's kill all this bullshit. It has nothing whatsoever to do with Colin being unpatriotic. Nothing. Because Trump is the greatest traitor this nation ever had. And all of you who follow him blindly, guess what? You too are traitors to America. Because what you're doing is not making America great. What you're doing is has made America weak. So I wanted to get that out there. Now you look around. CEO this. I read Walmart CEO. I read JPM Chase CEO. This CEO, that CEO. We want to do something. Okay. Jamie Dimon. I've worked for Chase as a contractor. I worked at your Columbus, Ohio, Polaris location. I worked at the Chicago location. I worked, I think it's in Wacker Street. And I worked in Dulles, Virginia. Overall, in Virginia, in New York, in Chicago, I did not encounter much of any racism. In Columbus, Ohio, there's a ton of racism over there, Jamie. If you are serious about combating racism, I suggest take a trip to the Polaris location in Columbus, Ohio, and just find a few black employees in there. I'm pulling to the side one-on-one and talk to them. Ask them, how are you treated here? How do you feel this place is in terms of opportunities for black people, opportunities for promotion? What's your take on that? Talk to them. And they might enlighten you. When I was in Dulles, Virginia, there's a white man, Dave Banter, one of the best executives I have ever worked for with. Dave Banter, after about 3 or 4 weeks of me being there, realized that I was one hell of a good program manager. So anything Dave needed done, and he needed it done correctly, He called me in his office, said, "Hey Mo, you got a minute?" I said, "Yeah, what's up?" He said, "Look, man, I want to do this, and I know if I give it to them people, they're gonna fuck it up. I mean, if you got some cycles, can you handle that for me?" I said, "Sure, Dave, I got you." My boss there, another white woman, Gail Silver. Any problems I had, any support I needed, she had my back. So I urge you, Mr. Denham, come down to Columbus, Ohio, and sit down with those people, the black people of Polaris, and they'll tell you just how racist things are over there. It's your organization. You said you want to make a change. That's how you start. To the CEO of Walmart, I walk into Walmarts, I see Indians, Latinos, black people working there. I don't see many black managers. Although there was a black manager at Sam's Club, black guy, knew his shit. I had respect for him. If you're serious about what you're saying, Mr. CEO of Walmart, take care of your employees. Treat them with dignity, treat them with respect, and increase their fucking wages. But as businesses, as Fortune 500 corporations, what can you do? What can you do? Number one, advancement opportunities. I'm no longer in corporate America. So what I say is not going to affect me. So I'm not saying this for me. I'm saying this for the black people out there that are still in corporate America. They sit there. They do their job. They apply themselves. They've been there 10 years and they're just a manager. Someone that came in 4 years ago gets promoted and they're their boss. That person is white. They're black. Go back to your corporations, CEOs. Talk is cheap. We black people, we've heard you run your mouths forever. We want to see action this time. Go back to your corporations. Review your hiring practices. Review your promotion practices. Review your compensation practices. And if within there you find any taint of discriminatory practices, eliminate them. Eliminate them. If I'm a black man and there's a white man and I'm doing a better job than that white man, I should get promoted, not that white man. If that white man is doing a better job than me, then of course, promote him. You start doing that, then you start making a change. Number two, felons. Felons. I've committed many crimes in my lifetime. The only shit I have been caught for are minor traffic infractions. But those who've been caught, charged with felonies, serve time, when they come out, they can't get a fucking job anywhere. Background check, background check, background check. So they're stuck working little jobs that pay them $10, $12 an hour, trying to support themselves and their family. Is it a wonder they go back to crime? If you really, really want to make a difference, corporate America, get rid of background checks. I understand you might not want to hire someone that went out there and killed someone or physically assaulted someone because they might come into your workplace and beat someone up. I understand if you're a bank or if you're a grocery store, you might not want to hire someone that's been convicted of theft because they might steal money from the teller register or the cash register. I understand that. But if I'm a non-violent drug offender, if I got thrown in for some dumb shit that has no relationship to the job or won't impact that job, why the fuck do you shut the door on so many black men when it is your white system, i.e., Bill Clinton and his 3 strikes law, that puts so many of them in prison? You want to make a change? Amend that policy. Minority suppliers. If you really want to help black people, increase the amount of business that you do with minority owned companies, especially those motherfuckers just starting up. I just started my company. I got no customers. Be their first customer. Because if I just started my company and I get a deal, a contract with a JPM Chase or Walmart to provide a service for them, and that contract's worth $100,000, maybe a 1-year contract, 2-year contract, then I go to another person to sell my services and they ask me, well, who else have you done business with? Chase. Oh, really? You done business with Chase? Yeah. Bam. I got that deal. That first sell is the hardest fucking sell. If you could be their first customer, you will open so many fucking doors for them. When you establish locations, corporate office buildings, warehouses, retail locations, whatever, don't forget the hood. Don't forget middle upper class black communities. Put an office building over there. Put a warehouse over there. Put a factory over there. Doing that will cause additional businesses to sprout up around there. I build a 20-story office building in Inglewood. I got office workers coming in there. Guess what? They need lunch. They don't want to drive all the way to downtown LA to get lunch. So what's going to happen? Little restaurants are going to pop up in that area. Little shops to service them. Now, you're helping that community rise up. These are things you could do, corporate America. If you're serious, these are things you could do. Because $1 million donation is cool, Mr. Kraft. That's all right. We appreciate that. But those are crumbs. Those are crumbs that you're dropping. We're done being roaches. We're done eating from the floor. We're done eating the shit that you don't want to eat. We no longer want crumbs. We want a piece of the bakery. That's what we want. So instead of giving us fish to eat, teach us how to fish, or empower us to be fishermen. So we don't have to come to you and ask for food, because we can get our own food. We don't want to be dependent on you. We want to be independent. In part 2 of this video, I want to talk to those white people who all of a sudden don't want to be racist anymore. And then I want to talk to the politicians who say, we got to do something. And the police who say, we're part of the problem. In summary, Trump is a coward. He's not a patriot. Colin was protesting the national anthem. Oh, and one more thing. You don't salute the flag, okay? Civilians don't salute the flag, Trump. You understand that? Civilians do not salute the flag. The military salutes the flag. You don't put your hand over your heart when you're singing the national anthem. Putting your hand over your heart is for when you say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America. Do you even know what the Pledge of Allegiance is, Trump? Because you seem like one confused piece of fucking shit. We're going to lock you up in January. That should be the new Democratic chant. Lock him up. Lock him up. Lock him up. We're going to lock you up in January after you lose. To the CEOs, change your hiring practices. Change your promotion practices. Get rid of the background checks. Increase your business with minority suppliers. And invest in Black communities. Thank you. God bless. Good night. Now let me get on to part 2.